Fake tough guys fail miserably when things get real. We're back with another video where we're gonna see some of those guys who think they're tough as nails, but then they meet someone who knows how to actually put up a fight only to fail miserably. But hey, before we start, don't forget to show us some love and hit the like and subscribe buttons, okay? Let's get this show on the road. This drunken white man in a beer bar complex in Pattaya decided to challenge a young Muay Thai boxer. How could he even do that? Well, in certain areas of Thailand, there are establishments that offer free food and drinks in exchange for participating in fights. These fights typically allow professional Muay Thai fighters to compete first, followed by amateur fighters. To be fair, he did put up a good fight, but challenging a professional fighter, that's just asking for trouble. Now, check this one out. The one in black is a weightlifter who challenged the boxer. What's funny is how the boxer is just standing there, cool as a cucumber, while the weightlifter is throwing punches left and right, trying to prove his worth in the ring. But even though the weightlifter lands a few hits, they don't even come close to the power of one punch from the boxer. The weightlifter goes down hard, and it's clear he's no match for the boxer's skill. Kevin Holland actually accepted a challenge from an internet troll who thought his jiu-jitsu skills were superior. And guess what? I'm not even surprised that Holland tapped him out. I mean, come on, who in their right mind thinks they can beat a professional athlete at what they get paid to do? It's just plain silly and childish. And let's not forget the embarrassment of the fact that towards the end, Kevin did the thumb motion, which is the universal sign for get this guy out of here now. Yikes. This is a gym in Malaysia where this big guy got owned by a smaller dude. Apparently, the big guy was trying to start a fight with some random guy on the street and ended up picking on someone smaller than him, thinking he could easily take him down. But the smaller dude was no pushover. He challenged the big guy to a fight at his gym the next day, and clearly, the big guy got humbled that day. And this one was looking for some serious action and decided to challenge a pro. Gotta give him some props for having the guts to even step up to do that. An MMA fighter named Lorenzo Trevino was challenged by a street fighter. You can clearly tell which one is a troll. Apparently, this guy was bugging Lorenzo and his friends with messages about fighting. Lorenzo suggested they settle things at the gym. But the street fighter wanted to go all in during the fight. Come on, if you haven't trained to be a pro fighter, don't think you can just walk into a gym and be the next big thing. And as you can see, that's not how it ended. This fight was between a Tai Chi master who's pretty famous in China and this guy called Mad Dog. Apparently, Mad Dog's on a mission to call out all the fake martial arts masters and these tough guys out there. The funny thing is, this Tai Chi master isn't looking too good in the fight. It's almost ironic, considering he's supposed to be a master and all. The master in this video got busted for editing a video to make it look like he won a fight against an MMA fighter, but when he actually faced off against some dude who just did MMA as a hobby, the results were rather interesting. He was down with just a punch, and in the next round, he got knocked out cold with just a few punches. To be honest, these masters are nothing but fake tough guys. So the blonde one is a typical street fighter who thought he could take down a Japanese MMA fighter named Kinosuke Yoshinaga. And you don't need to imagine how that went. Let me tell you, the difference in skill levels between the two fighters is pretty obvious. The pro was way smoother in his moves, and the street fighter had to dodge and counter like crazy just to stay alive. The pro could have given him a real beatdown if he wanted to, but it looks like he held back. Props to him for that. Now we've got a classic wannabe tough guy on our hands. This dude was all up in everyone's face, being loud and threatening like he was some kind of big shot. But as soon as someone actually wanted to fight back, he chickened out and ran away like a scared little puppy. What a joke. This one troll thought he was the boss just because he used to be an MMA fighter and kept trolling this other fighter online until they decided to settle it in the ring. Now, this dude was way bigger than the other guy, but as soon as he started throwing punches, you could tell he didn't have any real training for a long time. It didn't take long for him to run out of stamina and get tired. Not surprising that a troll couldn't keep up with the actual fighter who was expertly dodging his throws. Hopefully, a lesson was learned that day. And we got another tough guy who walked into the gym and started calling out to the fighters for a fight. But as soon as the bell rang, he went down faster than you could say ouch. It was a classic case of all talk and no game. This cocky student thought he had it all and decided to challenge his teacher to a ring duel. Bad move, dude. The teacher put the young in his place, proving that experience and smarts beat out reckless bravado any day. This one walked into a Thai bar thinking he's hot stuff and started acting all tough. He even went as far as saying he could take down any Thai boxer easily. But the real kicker? The actual fighter he's talking to just laughs it off like it's no big deal. And guess what? The guy ended up puking right after the video ended. Here we go again with another Tai Chi master versus an amateur boxer. It's funny how these Tai Chi masters can't even dodge the punches coming at them. And one good punch is enough to knock them out cold. Ridiculous, ain't it? This dude on Twitter thought he was a better fighter than the pro's classic troll move, right? But then, Szymon Smotricki called him and his buddies out for a fight, and let's just say it didn't go too well for them. And the fact that this guy actually thought he landed some good punches. I mean, optimism is great and all, but let's not get delusional, am I right? So, we've got another street fighter who was running his mouth between rounds, acting like he's the king of the world and better than those pros. But when it came down to an actual fight in the ring, it probably gave him a much-needed reality check because he couldn't even land one punch. The dude couldn't even defend himself. If you enjoyed watching these fake tough guys get a reality check by actual fighters, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe for more content like this, and ring that notification bell to stay in the loop for the next episode. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, take care.